Hey, how are you guys? My name is Max from Jim Coleman Toyota, and today I have the 2019 Toyota Avalon Limited. Now, the Avalon I have here for you today is finished in midnight black metallic with cognac leather interior. So this being the limited model, it's a fully optioned out car. Besides that, it's not a hybrid. This is a gasoline powered vehicle. So upon first glance, it's very evident that this is an all new redesign for the Avalon. Looks completely different. It adopts Toyota's new design language with the very angular lines, large front grille, LED headlights. Walking to the rear of the car, you can see the Avalon is very angular and very styled. It kind of looks, it adopts the Lexus LS kind of design in a way. Let's jump right in. Here's your key fob. It's a standard Toyota key. It has Avalon written on the back. Now, this car being equipped with the keyless entry, all you have to do is really put the key into your pocket, walk up to the car. To lock it, you just tap this touch sensitive portion right here. Car should lock. To unlock it, you should just grab the handle and it unlocks. Looking at the interior of this car, like I said, this is finished in cognac leather interior, and that comes with a bunch of very neat design elements. So first of all, you have these diamond quilted leather pieces over here, all throughout the seat. Somewhat of a gray stitching that goes throughout. It's a contrast stitching. It looks very, very classy and elegant to me. Looking on the upper door panel, you can see you have this nice matte grainy wood. It's not. On the side of the seat, you have your power seat controls as well as your lumbar support right here. And then looking at the seat, you can see it also has this kind of diamond quilted pattern over here with the contrast stitching, and it's a very beautifully perforated. As you can see, it's not evenly perforated. It's kind of like a unique pattern. If you look closely, it's very different than other luxury cars. So once we step into the car, as I said, it has keyless, so all you have to do is put your foot on the brake and push the dash mounted start button to start the vehicle up. You have some very nice animations right there in the center display, as well as the infotainment system. So let me run you guys through the car real quick. On your left here, you have a couple buttons right here. You have your trunk release, fuel door release. This is for your 360 camera. So if you push this right here on the center display, you'll be greeted with the 360-degree camera. Now, this isn't like most other 360-degree cameras in that this one is 3D, as you can see right here. It's very animated. You push this button right here, it'll show the car in a 3D kind of manner, so it looks like how it would if you're standing outside. So you can see behind me is that grassy area, those parking lines that I'm kind of diagonally parked, and if I put the car into drive, this is a front-facing camera, and that right there is your 360-degree camera. That's kind of like a bird's eye view looking from above the car. And if you push this, this will automatically allow the camera to do its thing, so you really don't have to worry about all the buttons. You put the car into reverse, you have this backup camera right here. You can cycle through the menus. If you push this, you have a wider screen, and if you do this, you have your 360-degree camera on the right with rear view on the left, and you can adjust through. So if you click the front right of the car, it shows the front right. I can push the rear of the car right here, it shows the rear left. Pretty much wherever you click, it'll show. So if I want the rear right, I push the rear right. There it is. So you really don't see that in a lot of, well, you see that mostly in a lot of high-end luxury cars, Mercedes, BMW. Actually, this right here has been adopted from the BMW 7 Series. So it really amazes me that you can get this kind of technology in a $40,000 Toyota Avalon. You know, the only other place I've seen this is, like I said, in a $120,000 BMW 7 Series. Also, you can adjust the color right here. So if you had a white car, you could have a white Avalon right there. Of course, this car is black, so that's why it was black. Next up, you have your steering wheel heater right here, which is very nice in the winter. I have it on right now because it's freezing outside. Next up, you have your high beam button. So if you push this, you'll be given a message that says turn on high beam to activate. So you just engage the high beam, and at all times it's going to be automatic now. So the car will sense oncoming traffic. So, and when it sees the other car's lights, it'll turn off your high beam as to not blind other drivers. Right here, of course, you have your turn signal stock. So you have automatic headlights, parking lights, and high beams. Now, the lighting in this car is something that's super cool. I mean, I'll go out and show you right now, but this car has full LED lighting, and the turn signals are sequential. So I'll go outside and demonstrate that for you, but they like sweep. The only other place I've seen that is in Audis, to be honest with you. So now that we're outside the car, you can see you have your LED low beam, you have your LED daytime running lights that run all throughout here. There, that's a better view. I turned off the low beam, but you have the turn signal. It sweeps along the entire headlight. And then right here it says LED vision tech. So overall, this is very Audi-esque. And then you have your front camera right there. And as you can see, once again, the turn signal sweeps along the entire taillight. And once again, the only other place I've really seen that is on the higher end Audis. So it's really amazing that Toyota has incorporated this technology into the Avalon. So now let's move on to the center display. It's controlled by the steering wheel mounted buttons right here. And might I add, this steering wheel is just gorgeous. You have a combination of gray leather up here and down here, as well as the cognac inserts on the left and right hand side of the steering wheel. In here you can see you have pretty much all your safety systems are controlled through here. So using the buttons you can scroll up and down. First of all, you have your digital speedometer, trip computer. Moving down, this is your driving support. So like I was saying, all your driving aids are pretty much here, so you can scroll through them. Next up you have your audio, tire pressures right here. Down here you have all your settings. So this right here, you click and hold OK. It lets you adjust all your safety systems. So this is your lane departure assistance. Steering assistance, I have it on. Sway warning, you can adjust all the sensitivities to your liking. So pretty much all these features, what they do is they'll keep you in your lane, or if you were to drift out of your lane, the car will automatically stay within the lane. Next up is your pre-collision system. So what the car will do is if it senses an oncoming collision, it'll start to apply the brakes for you and give you a bunch of audio and visual cues. It'll start beeping at you, all the lights will glow up. And if the driver doesn't take any action, the car will start to apply the brakes, and then hopefully by that time the driver will put more brake force, and if the driver does not act, the car will bring itself to a stop. Moving on, you have your blind spot monitor, which is located in your mirror right there. Rear cross traffic alert, so when you're backing up, let's say you're backing up in your driveway and a dog runs across, the car will detect that and bring itself to a stop. So you don't hit any kids, you don't hit anything, because it's when you're backing up, even despite having all these cameras, it's just nice to have that rear cross traffic alert as well, because it'll apply the brakes for you. The next feature is ICS, which is Toyota's kind of parking system. So it's called Intelligent Clearance Sonar, and it's just a safety feature that helps you maneuver into tight parking spaces. Then you have your standard parking assistance, your heads-up display, and these will let you adjust the different settings you have in your instrument cluster. But this heads-up display, I hope you guys can see it. I really hope you guys can see it. But right here you can see there's a little indent in the dash, and what it does is it throws up a little display right in the windshield. And when you have your navigation on, right now it shows the digital speedometer, a rev counter, and it shows your lane. And once you turn on the navigation, it'll give you turn-by-turn directions right on the heads-up display. Moving on to the infotainment system, you have a bunch of shortcut buttons on the left and right. So you push home, this is your home screen. You have your audio right here. It'll let you choose your source, AM, FM, satellite radio, Bluetooth, iHeartRadio, Slacker, all that fun stuff. Push home again. You have your trip computer right here, your range, your gas mileage, your average speed, and then right here you have your navigation display. So you can pretty much do all that stuff with these shortcut buttons. So I can push audio, it'll take me there. Map, it'll take me to the map. This will let you adjust, run through stations, or skip to the next song or previous song. This is your Bluetooth phone control. Right now there's nothing connected. And you push apps right here. And you have iHeartRadio, Slacker, Fuel, Sports, Stocks, all that stuff. It's gonna have to load because this connects to the internet. And then in your map right here, it's actually a really nice display. It shows traffic, so if it's actually really intuitive. So you see that, zoom out, zooms right out, zoom in. But as I zoom out, it'll show traffic. You can see these green lines. Right now it's a Saturday, there's really no traffic in the area, but I can zoom back in, push map, it'll reset. I can adjust the different orientations. I can search for an address. You can type right there. It's a very large screen, so it's very easy to type keyboard. You can see there's a little button called projection. Now, projection is Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. So all you have to do is connect your phone into the USB port down there, and your phone will be connected to Apple CarPlay. So that allows you to put Waze, all your phone's contacts, your text messages, all that onto this big screen right here. Also in here, you'll notice there's 2 more USB ports. So this one's for Apple CarPlay, you have an aux port right here, and then these 2 are just for charging. Moving down here, you have your climate control system, very nice and simple. You have your dual zone climate control, so you can go up and down with that. It shows your temperature right there. If you push sync, it'll allow the passenger to have a different temperature. You can push this button, it'll automatically adjust to that temperature. You have your fan speeds right here. This is your front defrost, this is your rear defrost, and your mirror defrost. So if you push this, it'll defrost the rear window as well as your side mirrors. This adjusts your different zones, so you can have it go to your feet, go to your face. And then one of my favorite features is, along with the heated seats, you have cooled seats. Now I'm telling you, once you own a car with cooled seats, it's so hard to go back, because over the summer it's just so convenient. It keeps your back dry, you're not sweaty in your seat, and it's always just blowing nice cool air. It's just so refreshing. Now moving down here, you have your shift lever. You just push the trigger on the back to unlock it. Very nice and easy. Bring it to the left to put it in sport mode. Push up to upshift, down to downshift. This car has an 8-speed automatic transmission. Down here you have your different drive modes. You have Eco, Normal, and Sport. And when you engage each of these, the display right here changes. So Eco turns the screen green, Normal, and then Sport makes it red down there, you can see. And then right here is a very, very useful feature. It's called brake hold. So you push this. Well, it won't let me do it until I put my seatbelt on. Once your seatbelt is on, you push brake hold, it engages it, and then you go ahead and drive along. You come to a stop at a red light or a stop sign. As soon as you release your foot off the brake, it'll hold the car. So right now the car is in drive, my feet are not on the brake, and it is holding. You can see it says hold. And then once you put the car on park, it'll automatically engage the parking brake for you. Put it into drive, it'll automatically disengage the parking brake. If you wanted to manually control the parking brake, you can just put your foot on the brake, push down to disengage, pull up to engage. But you shouldn't have to worry about that, as it'll automatically do it itself. And then if you look up, the headliner is actually brown. I don't know if you guys can tell in the video, but it's a very, very dark, rich brown. It's like a chocolatey brown. You can open and close your sunroof with this button right here. You can see it opens right up. And then you also have mood lighting right here. So I can't show you guys this right now, but if you push this button and it's dark, you'll have mood lighting all throughout the car. So that, once again, is you can find that a lot in higher end cars like the Mercedes S-Class, Audis, BMWs, and I love how Toyota has incorporated that into the interior of this car. Also, not to mention, all the interior lighting in this car is all LED. I mean, even outside I showed you, those are all LED, but Toyota has gone as far as putting LEDs all inside the car as well. So that shows you, how far Toyota has come with the Avalon. And if you pull this little cover right here, that's your SOS button in case of an emergency. You push that and it'll call for help. Down here you also have HomeLink. These are your HomeLink buttons. This allows you to control your garage door openers. And then this right here is your auto dimming rear view mirror. So you push that, and the rear view mirror will dim when it's dark and you have the car's headlights behind you flashing, and this will prevent the cars behind you from blinding you. So now let's hop into the back seat of the Avalon. I have the front seat set for my position. I'm about 6 feet tall, and you can see that I have a ton of leg room. I mean, I'd say that is maybe four inches. That is a ton of leg room, and I have this set for a 6 foot tall person. And then as far as headroom is concerned, I'd about say maybe 2 inches, so that's very good for this car. Over here on the door panel, you can see you have this diamond stitching, diamond quilted leather pattern as well. Down here you can see you have kind of a piano black finish on the vent surround. This is adjustable as well. You mess with that dial, you can control the airflow. And you also have heated rear seats, so you push this button, you can heat the rear seats. I'm sure your rear passengers would love to have that. And then you have 2 outlets back here, so these are for charging. Up here you have dual map lights for the rear passengers. Push those, LED. And then if you pull this right here, you have 2 nice cup holders and a little storage compartment. You can slide your phone in there if you wanted to. And once again, you have this very beautiful aluminum and piano black surround. So overall, the rear seat of the Avalon is a very nice place to be. Once again, you can see I have quite a bit of headroom for being 6 foot tall, tons of leg room, and then the leather itself is very soft and supple in this car. So, because at the end of the day, this is a pretty large luxury sedan, so you want the back seat to have a lot of space. Moving back here to the trunk of the Avalon, you just push the button right here. It should pop right open. You have a nice rubberized mat to keep the trunk liner clean. Down here you have your toolkit, and then underneath that you have your spare tire. So I'm glad they've kept spare tires, because a lot of luxury cars nowadays don't have spare tires anymore. They have that fix-a-flat stuff, and that's really no good. You want to have a spare tire. It's just a nice peace of mind. And then if you pull these 2 right here, that'll allow you to fold down the rear seats. So grab these and those fold right down nice and easy. And once you do that, you have quite a bit more cargo room in this car. You could fit long, maybe skis if you wanted to. Actually, you could fit skis and golf clubs, all that, without having to fold the seats. The rear trunk space in this car is absolutely huge. Here you can see the heart of the Avalon, which is the 3.5 liter V6 24 valve dual overhead cam with the Toyota's variable valve timing. Now, 300 horsepower is more than enough to get the Avalon moving. I mean, despite being a very large and spacious car, this thing does have a lot of power. So right now I have the car in sport mode. I'll make a right turn here. Just give it a little gas. Also, the way this car handles, with the 8-speed, you put your foot down and it downshifts and goes. I'm really happy they don't have a CVT in this car, because the 8-speed just does exactly what you want it to do. And the handling of this car, for some reason, the way they engineered it, despite being a big car, it feels so planted to the ground. Steering in this car is very direct. There's little to no body roll. It's truly amazing how they engineered this car. And it's such a nice place to be. I mean, as soon as the car comes to a stop, when you have it set to auto, the cameras turn on, you can adjust it. You can push this button right here. If I push the camera button, I can see side views of the car. So you can see that's the left lane marking, the right lane marking. That's the front view of the car. That's the 360 view. And another important thing to note is that it is so quiet in this car. It just deadens all the sound. I mean, I could whisper, and I'm sure you guys could still hear me. Because this car, it's kind of like, it reminds you of an S-Class Mercedes, because it's so quiet. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos, and stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching.